cleanliness of and execution of the choreography, I think this is a case where one, in terms of energy, outpowered everyone else. All right, what's going on, movers and groovers? Today we are watching Aespa Savage, requested by Kyrie. Comment down below, give him some love for the request. And if you guys got requests, send over to the Patreon. And if you guys want to join me live and hang out, join me whenever I'm live. So let's go. Oh, nice camera work. Ooh, okay, the camera work is pretty sick too. Nice, going into the diagonal. Nice. Definitely a lot of camera move. Ooh. Wow. This choreography is good, but some of this camera movement makes it look like you're in an Avengers fight, man. I watched him last year with Lauren. That's the moment. Nice. Wow. Nice. Hey, okay. I'm getting way too caught up watching right now. I'm sorry. I'm not even saying much. But this camera movement is great. Okay, dynamics and levels. Just my impressions is like, ooh, what a moment. Like, I feel like the choreography is good. I personally feel like there's a little oomph that isn't all the way there, but then again, I feel like no, I don't think any singer really needs that. Nonetheless, they're executing the choreography really well. There's a vibe change. Nice. I love that. This style, that kind of choreography is really sitting well. Damn. Oh, okay. There we go. Nice. My first impressions with this was, like, the song is fucking nasty, but in terms of the choreography, I feel like they are doing it cleanly. Which is, I think is excellent for a lot of artists that sing. But there is a little bit compared now, if we're speaking of relativity, so to speak, in regards to a lot of the other artists, I'd say, in this field who dance at a high level and also sing at a high level. I think there's a little bit of a oomph that's lacking. I'd say they're like 90% there with the execution, but there's a little bit of a like that execution of like the that's kind of not all the way there yet. There's doing like placing the move here, play, and then just placing it, and then there's a certain precision to it that I think that part of this dance required, but also required a little bit more exaggeration with some of the movements. There's a part that in this choreography towards the end, there's a kind of a line formation. There's distinct moments where the choreography and the energy in terms of the execution was very, very, very different. Where one artist was a little bit more than the rest of the group. In terms of singing, and I think this is a great, I'd say almost case study that they're like singers, performers first that have ability to dance. They're not like, not every singer is also equally a dancer, so to speak. But as the bits and pieces that I saw, like, is that they are fantastic performers. I saw them live last year. They're amazing performers. So, but in terms of like just speaking for this moment right here, there was the execution of the choreography, I feel like could have been pushed more, just on the dancing side. Like if, because this dancer reacts, but nonetheless, if we're focusing on great singing and performance and showing that they can dance, I think they did one hell of a job. Now, if it goes back to like, what's the focus here? Obviously, song and performance. If the labels or artists said, I don't ever want to dance again, they can just have backup dancers. That's it. So, but if they wanted to showcase, like, again, going back to what are we optimizing for? If we are optimizing kick-ass, like crazy high skill singing, crazy high skill performance, and crazy high skill dancing, one would say they're off the mark. But again, it depends. It goes back to what are we focusing on here? And ultimately, the focus is a great product for the fans, for the label, that you're not overextending these artists beyond their own capability or beyond what they want to do. So, yeah. So let's hop on to the analysis. Yo, hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're liking videos here and want to get early access to it, or even get exclusive access to content I react to, like Road to Kingdom and other content that probably gets blocked on YouTube, make sure to check out my Patreon. If you've got an artist, song, or any particular request you want me to react to, I have a special tier for that too. Missed out on my stream? It'll be up there as well. So if you want early and exclusive content around this channel or opportunity for requests, make sure to check out the Patreon. See you guys there. All right, let's get into this analysis. I think one thing that I did appreciate for this particular request is that they added essentially what says a camera work guide. So, which is fantastic. I think it made the choreography look like you're in a friggin' Avengers movie. There's a lot of clever camera moves and camera work and how they cut it and everything. It's so good. So anyways, let's start off here. Let's see how the intro is. Are they starting off low? Starting off high? Starting off in character? Hard to tell in this one because it's a wonder wearing the Squid Games masks, but it's definitely sparking intrigue. If we're basing off this one, sparking intrigue because the wardrobe. This one, all character, starting off pretty, like I say, low energy in terms of music, high energy in terms of like performance. And then we got this boom. We got a cut here, don't we? Yeah, we got a reach, cut to a close up, which is nice. Yeah. So it's a brief moment of like kind of low energy, high performance, and goes right into the choreography. There's a lot of markings here because there's a lot of great camera movement that makes a lot of big swooping camera movements that makes the choreography look bigger. Like these simple things of like boom, pushing in, like a push in. It gave that moment a little bit more impact. So da 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 da. Nice smooth transition from this diamond. Go da 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 ba ba da da. Yeah. Yeah, this. Look at this, just the contrast. Like when you're doing something just for on stage, and then something with camera, man. The camera move definitely added a lot of energy to this, because you're going from this far to seriously pushing in. Quick, like individual moment performance towards the camera, and it's nice because it's like, well, no matter where you are, she knows you're there. This is a great example of like tower cam. So boom, this is already nice level, shifted level, kind of like organic movements growing out, but this allows you to see how it blossoms out. Boom. And then this moment here, boom, this low shot. This, you know what this reminds me of? Like, this reminds me of like what does it remind you of, Emeroy? It reminds me of the first Avengers movie where they had that arcing shot, that hero arcing shot, where they all were about to fight the Chitauri, that's what it reminds me of. I think however they plan this is how you make dancers look like superheroes. Because right here, boom, it's very like tame in terms of the dynamics, like very focused on her performance, but this adds a level of depth. It looks like we're looking at a pyramid, and like the whole, again, depth. Boom, boom, boom. There's so much more layers to it now. And then we got this crazy swooping motion right here. So again, really cool moment for her, like for her solo moment on stage. And when it comes to the camera stuff, I'm making comments on how it can be distracting, but this is like, adds so much more to it. It feels like we're flying into the scene with them. And look how close we get. We're like, it's wild. It really feels like we're a superhero flying into the scene. That was so good. It didn't feel like it's distracting, because I felt like they complemented the movements according to what they were doing. They're going the opposite. They go left, we go right. Switch it up. Push it up and bring it back in. That was great, man. This right here, boom. So we got this moment, boom, bam. Everyone kind of just head rolls out, but this, boom, to bam. Now everyone kind of is seeing, because she's kind of hidden in the back. She's doing it also, but this is one of the pitfalls of just straight on eye level. Tower cam, you kind of get to see everyone. This is why some camera movements just work perfectly. They're here, boom, we see this pause, and then to kind of a grow into it, boom, and revealing this nice diamond kind of composition between all the artists. I love this part. We get this like kind of robotic da 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 boom da 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 with the choreography, but this is something like, this felt almost Wes Anderson like with these cuts and moments. But this is the beauty of like just camera and cinema. Is like they're doing something here that you cannot do live on stage here. So which is a one person focus. Boom, everyone turning in. Switch. We got a little bit of a Dutch here. Boom, sit, and then goes into the main thing. It told it completely. It took the one concept that they're already doing and it just elevated it, in my opinion. Because here, this here, ba ba Still pretty dope, but here, just da ba boom da da. I think that was great. This was great musicality with the camera. Da boom ba da da. Yep. So yeah, great camera movements. Like it's not distracting. You see how subtle some of the movements are. Like there's more parts where they weren't subtle, but so it's a simple swooping action. It's not exactly just like the pointless back and front, which I've seen a lot of videographers do. So it's either, even though the camera's moving, they're taking their time going across. I almost feel like for this, no, actually they're actually a pretty good level already. I take it back. For this impact right here, the ba 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 ba. See, one of the reasons why I feel like it's clean, which is perfect because they're hitting the shapes, like they're hitting shape. See shape. See, part of it is. See how they're hitting it? There's not like that much overlapping action with their hair. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of impact. This upper body right here feels a little stiff. See how it moves? It moves. Doesn't move a whole lot. It's a lot. So a lot of this is very like stationary. And a lot of actions are happening with the limbs, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me as a viewer, there's a little bit of a hit that I want from it. Yeah, I want it. Yeah, I just feel like there's moments where they can use their body a little bit more. But then again, I know the priority of these singers is like they had to minimize that so they can focus on singing. This part, I love this. Boom, into this, so good. Almost like one of those scenes, like where you look into the keyhole and then it goes into the next room. That was freaking good. I just feel like, yeah, it's a little bit more good. The choreography is really, really, really good. Damn. Yeah, then they go back into this whole thing of going side to side again. See, this is a case where like it moves a lot, but it's kind of complementing the organic movement that they're going with already. Boom. Because it doesn't feel like it's too much, because we're not doing like a whole bunch of, it's not like that consistently throughout this whole video. Because some of the videos I've watched, again, doing that, like pushing in and out the whole time. And it kind of works because there's a pause here. It's kind of floating around and then goes along with them with that movement. That's so good. I love this moment with the choreography. It's like simple and like kind of, it feels stoic and robotic. But this shot makes it look flat, like same level. Again, it feels very Wes Anderson-esque with some additional pushing in and out. Not gonna lie, I love this part of the song. This style of choreography, I feel like sits with it a lot better. Almost like a little groovy. Yeah. Yeah, the vibe I feel like sits really well of that with that choreography. Now going back to here, I really wish this kick into the step, boom, would have had a little bit more impact. Ooh, the musicality is nasty though. But da 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 da. Flick, 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 flick. Up, turn, shimmy and sit. Woo, this camera movement is wild. Look how far they are, like really pushing in. Boom. Was there a cut in that? No, but there was definitely keyframing in that. Boom. You see, I think that's where they started keyframing it. Keyframe to focus on her. Boom. Yeah. I mean, that energy from the camera movement really made the choreography look way more impactful. But I wasn't. Like, I think it's probably because the hands are kind of blending in together. I can't really distinctly see what's happening with the fingers. So this is an example right here where the line choreography, again, it's a line formation, is a high risk, high reward type of thing. It's a great opportunity to showcase all the members in like an equal placement, and also showcase cleanliness of and execution of the choreography. I think this is a case where one, in terms of energy, outpowered everyone else. And this is why I think it's one of those risky things, because if one overpowers everyone else, it's clearly there's something clearly different. I'm not sure who she is, but this one right here, but like the way she's doing this simple like few moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that that 4 count right there. She's really going in, out, in, out. She's closest in matching the energy right there. Boom, boom. But it's kind of like a basic heel toe. It's almost like a shuffle. But with them doing very small and they're not bringing their legs all the way in. It's kind of a step, step, step. And she does it like once, one. So even look at the extreme, and it's like it's not as much the second time around. But so again, this is a great example of like if we're in of the line being a high risk, high reward kind of thing, because every dancer, every performer has to execute the thing equally, equal energy, equal placement. Otherwise, this is kind of what happens. And then here, same thing, bring up. Just like they're close. So this would be like a little bit more like on the acceptable end of like, okay, it plays off, but this is a clear like different of like lifting versus like really bringing the foot up. But also makes sense. I'm just being like contrarian to myself. Like if she's the one singing, it would make sense why she has to modify a lot of her moves, because I can only imagine how difficult it is to do this, sing, breathe, and perform. So if that were the case, I would completely change the formation so that to make her center, to make her center and everyone else just around her. Because if you're in the center, like you can do whatever the hell you want. But if we have this whole thing left and right in this formation, like I would assume that there's, for me, the assumption that everyone's doing it all at the same energy, at the same level. But yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things I said in terms of like how the dancing part can be improved, but at the end of the day, like they're the artists, they're the ones performing and have this huge fandom and whatnot. I'm simply sharing my perspective on the dancing side of it. That I think the camera work on the performance stuff, like I think definitely enhanced it, and definitely like made it feel like a superhero movie. The choreography overall was great, but again, just a little bit that that I wish was there as a dance perspective. But again, going back into the me just acknowledging they're singers first, then performing, and then they're showcasing dance. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. I know that's not the case for a lot of artists. Some artists are great singers, dancers, and performers all at once. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's hop into the next one.